the 11th annual A.G.M of VR Films and Studios. It's been a very pleasurable journey till now, and hopefully it will be like better after we have declared these results and what we have been doing up till now, which is like till August as such, and the way forward, the way we are moving. And we hope it will like make you happy as well with what is like happening. I would like to start first with the changing scenario in the entire industry which is happening. Earlier, the focus used to be theatrical movies. The entire business used to be like theatrical, and then it used to be driven with the television, which used to form like 60% of the revenues would be coming from your TV business onwards. Now, of late, it has just shifted. There is a new entrant, which is the digital media, which is the OTT platform, which is called. So earlier, this used to be like around 50%. You used to be the business from, you would say, the TV media, 30% from theatrical, and another 20% would be like OTT, which was like in a very nascent stage. But of late, it has changed drastically. 60% is the business for digital media, around 30% remains with the theatrical, and another 10% is what comes across as TV as such, or vice versa, so between the theatrical and the television business. I guess we were at the right place at the right time to get listed for this, because our core business partners have been like the OTT platforms and the television players, who by default have their own OTT platforms, and they have been working towards this. So last year's performance, if you would look, it is because of this transitional thing, which was like on our down on ourselves. But the year before that, certain players were planning it, so which was on a time. So this explains the performance as per last year. But now, this year, it has picked up speed, but I would still put it across as 25% as of now. It has not come full-fledged on its own as such. So, and another thing is like, in this kind of a scenario, it's like a very, sometimes people do ask, the whole business across everywhere is like very sluggish and slow. Why is it that you guys think you would be like booming? I think when there is depression, people need entertainment. So which is where we come in. So entertainment is something that everyone needs all the year round, and especially they need it more when there is a depression or the business is sluggish. And then comes the question that the money part. If there is no money in the market, there is no liquidity in the market, how is it that you can entertain people? That's again where we play a major role, and I would say it's the right place at the right time. Because to create content is very expensive, and you need for all these players 24/7 content. But if you have content which is 4 hours and you dub it or localize it to 5 languages, it's like you have created that much content at 1/20th the cost, I would say, which is cheap. Moreover, if it's like whether it is English program, or you would say a Hindi program or a Tamil or Telugu. India is such a diverse country and very difficult country, I would like to say, as per to satisfy everyone. There are like 22 dialects which are. If you go down south, they don't want to hear anything except their language, which is Tamil more, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam. You go up north, they don't understand anything for the south. They want their language. Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, and Kolkata, and Bangalore. These are the 5 places where all languages can have some part to play, or English or Hindi is predominant. Yes, everywhere else, this is what the scene is. They prefer their own local language. So what has happened when the channels and TV channels and content owners, they tried this thing how to improve your penetration in the market, how to have more eyeballs coming in. They started by dubbing it in some languages, and then they realized that TRP is going up. Which is where when we started the Discovery Channel dubbing, which was like in 2008 or 2009, it used to come only in English, then they started it in Hindi. They started in Hindi, their penetration depth was like huge. I remember we were a part of the circle which did the experiment on Tamil and Telugu dubbing for Discovery. At that time, the channel told us that there are some learned scholars from Tata Institute. I called them up and said, you are doing the biggest mistake by dubbing it in Tamil and Telugu. You are just ruining the content. After they had this launch, that same gentleman sent a letter to them. This is absolutely fantastic what you have done. What people knew about the atoms and molecules and about animal planets or the various things were like, people who used to watch your premium channel as a Discovery. Today, by dubbing it in Tamil and Telugu, it's like even the remotest corner, they know about it. Which is where everything zoomed. And people started like doing localizing all their content into various languages. Similarly, things happened with the Hollywood movies. And once that thing caught on, till date, the maximum revenue earner is like a Hindi dub or a Tamil dub or a Telugu dub along with English. And if all of these run together, it's a huge business with lots of revenues coming in. So that's the entire background to it. Now, again, what has happened is like with pay TV, that the scale was like quite limited. So you had like, you didn't have too many players and it was a very expensive thing. But with the digital coming in, today you have like the content available on the mobile. So it's like it's 9 o'clock, you cannot be at home to watch a certain program. Wherever you are, whether you're in a car or a bus or a train, you switch on with your mobile, log on there, and there you see it. So the viewership has increased much more. The revenues coming in for them are like much more. And what has happened is like in this transitional period, the advertisers are confused. No money bags. Where do we put the money? Do we put it on television or do we put it on digital? So which is where that flux is at the moment, but very surely the thing is going to boil down to the digital media. And this is where all our results, if you see today, are going to like, show that where we are heading and which way the things would be heading in the near future, probably in the next 2 years itself, which will be like that. I'll just take you across some figures. It's like, if you remember, last year, that entire year, our turnover was approximately around 5 crores something, which was for that entire year with a PAT of 1 crore 24 lakhs. This is right from April to March, April 2018 to March 2019. This year, we have till August itself already done a turnover of 4 crore 73 lakhs, which is like more than 200%, which is like has been like done. Sorry, not 200%. I will tell you the percentage later because it will be like very surprising. And the profit in this period, last year, that profit in the entire year was like 1 crore 24 lakhs. This August itself, our profit is like, which is PAT, it is like 72 lakhs. Now, if you look at the comparative figures from I would say August or September 2018, till that time, the period, the business done was 2 crores 57 lakhs, and the profit was hardly 10 lakhs. But this year, till August, like I said, what we have done is 4 crores 73 lakhs, and your profit is 72 lakhs. It's like nearly 700% if you look at it. And now, let me tell you, this is still not the 100% what was supposed to be there. In other words, there were channels, a few channels we have had a tie-up, and they had expanded to languages which you would see now in some of these channels we were dubbing was in like Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, and Bangla. Now they have started Marathi, they have started Malayalam, they have started Kannada. These were like talks which were happening in the month of March, April, and we were supposed to start at that time and maybe continue, start from full-fledged from May. But by the time we have done now, it's just 20% of it. And of course, it is the teething things which are like that. But once it comes into full force, it's going to be massive. It's going to be massive. So this is how the things are like moving. Like, if I would put it, we have a contract, I wouldn't say it's a contract, but of course agreements are in place. But for work order, if you were given an upgrade by a channel to work on, we were having 400 hours of work to do in the month of June. But by the time the materials came in and then we realized that they were faulty, and by the time the teams were like set up and the things were to move in, all of those 400 hours, these are just 80 hours what has been done for now. And the others are like to be done, plus more orders on that. And this is just one client. The other regular clients which were there, they are still there. That work is happening as well. So which is why this is the result what you are seeing. And hopefully by September, by the time we disclose our half-yearly result, I'm sure we must have, we would be like surpassing the entire profit done in the entire last year, which was like that. And to take this thing forward, from October, there is another client. I will not take a name now because all of a sudden all these premium clients, they want, they have a MOU signing that you, an NDA, non-disclosure, that we should not be like telling everyone we have to tie up or things like that. Now, the thing with these, this major client, which is one of the biggest digital world over, so all I can like tell you, the agreements are done in place. We have done testing with them. At this moment, they are beaming only in two languages. One is the original English and other is the Hindi. But we have been asked to do test dubs in Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Marathi, Urdu, Bangla, and all Indian and South Indian languages to English, which is very surprising for an American company asking for English dubs from India. So this is the thing, and I hope we start the work with them by October, and gradually by the time it comes into force, I think by March, still I wouldn't say that they would be in force even like 100%. I think around 20-25%. But what we aim to close by say March 2020 is an approximation. If I would take you across, it should be practically what we are looking at. March 22 figures should be anywhere between 16 to 18 CR, if I would like take it across as such. Total revenue or sales revenue, or however you might put it, which would be like approximately 205% compared to what we did like last year. And the PAT we are expecting in that is around probably 4 times what we are doing, what we have accomplished till now. If things go away just like that, and mind you, I repeat again, this is going to be only 20 to 25% of the full capacity to what we have. Once we achieve this, the next year, what we are like looking at should be, I would say, about 50% of the capacity which is to run. With these two and another major client entering in, which we are like in the process of tying up. That tie-up is not for dubbing, it is for our movies, which is the second vertical which we acquire and release on. So that was a market which was like dead at the moment, but it is one of the most premium online channels, and we could be tying up with it. So future movies, which a lot of big ones are there next year, they could be like in theaters, on pay televisions, which is running on your HBOs and Star TVs and all. Along with that, it could be on one of these major digital medias as well. So which would add a huge revenue down to our streams again. And looking at that, this kind of vision for the year 2021, we are projecting and hoping to come up with 50% of our strength in it to a revenue of around 22 CR total earnings. This is for the year 21. Then if you come down to the year 22, there we hope 100% the existing channel as well as the force with the new entity, which would be like starting the work, I think in October or so. With that thing coming across, we are still restricting ourselves to a 25% increase year on year, not going overboard. Otherwise, there are a lot of names to be taken if those targets are not achieved. So there we are expecting like a total income of around say 28 to 30 CR with your profit again coming up to like maybe 40% to around 9 to 10 CR on it. So this is our projected thing for the next 2 years as well. And this is not on the extreme side. This is still very moderate, but tried moderating it as much as we could, but still I feel that this is still going up to like 200 to 200% variation from where we started to where we are like moving across. If we try to put it across as, and this is still not the maximum which is there in the market. The market is growing at the pace of another 25 to 30%. And this entire dubbing industry, which is at 150 to 200 crores today, would definitely be increasing. And today, after listing, I'm like very proud to say we are the first choice of most of these platforms. And these two tie-ups which we had with, which is in the process, it's like we have been invited by them that you do this with us. So it looks very progressive, and I hope it's a thing which comes up to everyone's satisfaction. Now let's see how things go from here. But what we like presume, this is the thing which is highly achievable, and we are achieving it. You never know. Maybe we can even do much better than this time will not be better. So that's all I would like to say on this. In case if you have any questions, you can be free to ask me on anything. Probably not now. Later after. Who's the next? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for making time to come to our 11th A.G.M. It's wonderful to see all of you here, and I'll just spend a few minutes to take you forward to what we have planned out and how the life at VR Films is going to move in times ahead. So, as you are aware, we have two verticals in our business at the moment. One is on films, where we acquire and distribute, and the other vertical is on dubbing. So, Manish, our MD, has already told you most of it on both these parameters and both of our verticals. And just to take you a few steps further, in dubbing, like he mentioned that we have an agreement signed with a very major player, one of the topmost OTT platform players in the world, an American company, and they have come to us, and we are doing a lot of sample work for them, and the business is going to be in many languages, that is English, Hindi, as well as the regional languages. Out of the 22, they are tapping at the moment about 6 to 7 of them, and we have a huge scope in front of us as platforms penetrate into other regions in India. So those languages also would be given a lot of importance. So that's one platform. Then we have the existing clients of ours who are also getting onto various other platforms, like they were majorly into English and Hindi, but now most of them have also expanded into Tamil, Telugu, Bengali, and a few of them have gone ahead with Malayalam, Kannada, and Marathi. In pipeline, I'm told there are languages like Gujarati and Punjabi also, which will catch up sooner or later. So if one platform wants to go and penetrate into that region, then you will have many more competitors of theirs who would also want to go into that platform. So this kind of a scenario makes it very nice for players like us, since we are into dubbing, and we know that the business is going to grow in leaps and bounds. So these are the two, and plus we have the other players like the films. Film people also, when these platforms on television as well as on OTT, when they come up on various language platforms, these contents are ready with them. It makes very economical, a lot of economical sense in taking the tried and tested hit programs to get them dubbed in various languages. Just to give you an example, we have been dubbing CID and Crime Patrol in Bengali. And I'm also told that these programs, and they've been running for more than 10 years. And now we are getting into another program on Hanuman. They're talking about a program on another very famous epic character. So, people are sitting on content which is of many hours and many episodes, which they want to easily convert into various other languages rather than producing content new for those languages, which is making a lot of sense economically. Apart from this, just about 3 days back, I was connected with one friend of mine who is from Poland, and they have a Polish movie which they want to dub it in English. And rather than getting it dubbed into American English, which is outrageously expensive, they have come to us that why doesn't India dub this movie in English for us for an international audience. And I'm very hopeful about this project, because once you end up doing a project of this type, then there are other players in Poland, in Czechoslovakia, in Denmark, in Italy, in France. These are the languages of Europe, and they have a beautiful content. And unfortunately, it has not yet reached our shores. So if you have these kind of players coming to us and say that, okay, these are our language products, these are super hit movies, brilliant ideas, brilliant series, please get them dubbed in Hindi, in English, or in Tamil, Telugu. And I'm just giving you an expanse on how many opportunities we have at VR Films considering these many options. So this is a way forward for us, especially with this big OTT player. And the moment they start work, in the next few weeks, because all the sampling work, everything has been done and approved by them, then you can just imagine the business multiplying by leaps and bounds. Because they will give you one content and say, okay, take this and dub it in 7-8 languages, which we have tested it. So it's huge. Like there was this one OTT player for whom we dubbed series like Dashine Ishq, Begusarai, Jamai Raja, Jodha Akbar, and all these series are well-established series with more than 100 episodes, and we dubbed it for them in 6 languages. Likewise, we had done about 30 movies for them in languages, in these languages. And the funniest part was there was one movie which was actually a Malayalam movie which was made into Hindi, and the same Hindi movie was then dubbed into Malayalam by us. So the opportunities are huge. Coming to the other business which we have on acquisitions, we have a huge content lined up over the next 3 years, and these are huge Hollywood titles and titles from UK and the Far East. So we have a huge, impressive line coming up of these movies which are in production stage. And I'm talking about actors with the likes of Gerard Butler, Mel Gibson, Megan Fox, Scott Eastwood, Morgan Freeman. These are huge names, and these are the titles which we have acquired, and all rights for which we will be exploiting them on theatrical as well as on TV platforms, in digital, and VOD, in D2H, on D2H, and in various languages. So this is the second vertical on which we have plans over the next few years, and next 2-3 years. And then there's also one important concept which we have been working on, where we are trying to get international cinema to India, which unfortunately today, it's not being exploited very well. But with OTT players coming in, you can go and check options where you can watch a French movie or a German movie or a Czech movie in India. But what happens is these movies are subtitled, and we Indians like to hear rather than read and watch. So again, what we foresee, there's going to be a huge potential when we manage to get this foreign content into India and dub them in various languages like Hindi, other regional languages. So, in a nutshell, this is the picture which I wanted to place in front of you of our plans and what all we are expecting in times ahead. And yes, we want our money to grow, and our meaning, your money, and we are Films Money. That's what we are in. That we get you the maximum ROI on the investments which you make by trusting us. Thank you so much.